sip. And they showed Patrick, and he had that look of confidence, like we gonna get this shit. We gonna get this shit. You know, we gonna get. They went to overtime. So you got to be like Patrick Mahomes. Hey, I was watching the Super Bowl. I caught the second quarter, and when I caught it, it was 10-zip. Um, San Francisco, the 49ers. It was 10-zip. And they showed Patrick, and he had that look of confidence, like we gonna get this shit. We gonna get this shit. You know, we gonna get. They went to overtime, which I found out that the overtime in football happened. This is the second time in the history, I guess, of the NFL and the AFC. But Patrick Mahomes had that look like, look, we got them. Oh, we got them motherfuckers. And they got him in overtime if y'all watch the Super Bowl.
What does the word gospel mean? The word gospel means what? Good news. And the Bible said in that very book that you hold in your hand to go out and preach the what? Good news. The gospel of what? Good tidings.
Have the white man been judged for enslaving your ancestors? Answer that question. Have they been judged for enslaving your ancestors? Have they?
This guy's coming out of his emotion. All he had to do was let the man speak. Let's listen to it one more time. I'm sorry. See, you got to learn how to be. It's about knowing how to shut the hell up, let a man speak, cut. What was the scripture? Judge first and then rebuke. Right? It's in the same scripture says something to the effect of cut not a man off in the middle of his speech. It's in the same precept in the Apocrypha. I'm not gonna go to it. Somebody can put it up.
And the Bible said in that very book that you hold in your hand to go out and preach the what? Good news. The gospel of what? Good tidings.
Have the white man been judged for enslaving?
All he had to do was let the man keep talking and then answer them. He said, "Can I give you an answer?" The scriptures are the Lord only came for the Israelites. Where's that in the Bible? The first scripture come to my mind: Matthew 10:5-6, Acts 5:29-31. Romans chapter 9, the whole chapter. Isaiah chapter 14, from the first two verses.
Enslaving your ancestors? Answer that question. Have they been judged for enslaving your ancestors? Have they been judged for enslaving your ancestors?
Why you didn't finish
I just want him to answer that question.
Why you didn't finish
It's okay for them.
You didn't have to go back and ask some question and have him answer. All you had to do is go, let me give you the scriptures. Where's that in the scriptures? I would say, where's that in the scriptures where the Lord came for everybody? He probably don't know, but he'll say Gentiles. Then you tell him, look, do you realize that the Gentiles in the New Testament, for the most part, is referring to Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites? And then you lead them to the history of the book of the Maccabees, first Maccabees, first Maccabees, really the first chapter. And then you go to was it Second Maccabees 6 verse 6 to 9 to verse 9, and it speaks about how Antiochus Epiphanes said, "Look, there's a law. You're not to call yourself Jews. You're not to get circumcised." Well, that's also in First Maccabees chapter 1, where they force you not to be an Israelite. See, this man has no like a boxer. You got a boxer that had 3 pro fights, maybe 10 amateur fights. He fight a guy that had 150 amateur fights and 40 professional fights, and he's the champ. The champ is gonna take him out easy. You got to know when to hold him. Got to know when to fold him. And he doesn't have this brother from the IUIC doesn't know, and he's just